Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn about all 12 English tenses using just one single sentence. I sing a song. We will use this same sentence to understand every tense clearly. Before we begin learning all tenses, we first understand how an English sentence is formed and what is the role of each word plays. This is very important because if you understand the structure clearly, you will never confused in grammar. Let's take one simple sentence, that is, I am singing a song. Now look at this image on the screen. You will see a small boy with a mic. He is singing. In front of him, an audience are there, and outside the room, there is a man watching. Let's use this image to understand the basic parts of a sentence, especially what we call subject, helping verb, main verb, and object. So here first is first person, who is doing the action. The boy is singing the song. He is the speaker. In English grammar, the one who speaks is called the first person. And what word do we use for the first person? We say I. So here I is the subject of the sentence. Subject means the person or thing who is doing the action. Now the second is second person, who is listening. The people sitting in the front of the boy, that is audience, we call them as second person. Now the boy is singing to them, so they are the listeners. In grammar, the one who is spoken to is called the second person, and we use the word you. So if I am talking to you right now in class, you are the second person. Now the third is third person, who is outside the conversation. Look at the man outside the room, that is father. The boy is not talking to him, but we can talk about him. That's why we call him the third person, the one who speak about. And for third person, we use he, she, it, or they. So based on the image, first person is I, that is the speaker. Second person is you, the listeners, audience. And the third person is he or she. In this case, father is outside the room, which is third person. Now let's come back to our full sentence. I am singing a song. Let's break this sentence into 4 parts. First one is I. This is the subject, who is doing the action. Second part is am. This is the helping verb. It helps to show the tense. Here you should remember, am has no meaning. It is a helping verb. Helping verb has no meaning in the sentence. Now the third part is singing. This is the main verb. The action word, what is being done, that is singing. Now the fourth part is a song. This is the object, what is being sung, that is song. So now remember the sentence structure, that is subject plus helping verb plus main verb plus object. This sentence is in the present continuous tense, which means the action is happening right now. And here the most important thing is, based on the subject, your helping verb will change. For example, he is singing, they are singing. So if your subject is different, the helping verb will also be different. So that's why understanding the subject and tenses structure is the first step before we start learning all tenses. Now that we have understood this clearly, we can begin with the 12 tenses one by one. But before we jump into the tenses, let's understand some basic building blocks of English grammar, that is verbs. Let me explain the difference between primary verbs and helping verbs. Understanding this will help you to see how sentences are built in all the tenses. A primary verb is the main action word. It tells us what the subject is doing. For example, in the sentence, I sing a song, the word sing is the primary verb. It tells us the action, what I am doing. Now we will see what is helping verb. A helping verb is used to support the main verb. It doesn't show the main action, but it helps to show the time or type of action. And the examples of helping verbs are am is are, was were, have has, had, will, shall, do, does, did. These all are helping verbs. For example, here in this sentence, I am singing a song. The main verb is singing and am is the helping verb. And here in this sentence, I have sung a song. Sung is the main verb, that is past participate form, and have is the helping verb. Helping verbs are very important for forming tenses, especially the continuous tenses and perfect tenses. So remember, primary verb is the main action word and helping verb is a supporting word. But you should remember this thing, when we use a helping verb as a helper, it has no meaning. Don't try to translate it. But if we use helping verbs as the main verb, then it has a meaning. Let me give you some examples. Let's start with the verb to be, like am is are, was were. Now listen carefully. I say I am singing a song. Here the word am is just a helper. It's helping the word singing. That's it. You don't have to translate am into your mother tongue. It's just showing that the action is happening now. So am is not giving us any meaning directly. It's only supporting the verb. But now look at this sentence. I am singer. Here am is not helping anything. It is the main verb. It means I exist as a singer. I am tells us who I am or what I am. So now am has a clear meaning. It shows existence. Same goes with the past tense. I was singing a song. Was is just helping singing, no separate meaning. But if I say I was singer, then was becomes the main verb. It tells us that earlier I existed as a singer. Now let's move to the verb to have. You all know the word have or has, right? See this sentence. He has completed his work. Here has is just a helping verb. It's supporting the word completed. That's why we don't translate has in this sentence. We focus on the action which is completed. But now see this sentence. I have a car. Now here have is the main verb. It means I possess a car. So here have is not helping any verb. It is the verb. Same with I had a money. Here had is also main verb. It means I purchased money in the past. So helping verb has no meaning. Main verb has full meaning. Now let's talk about do, does and did. These are sometimes helpers and sometimes main verb. Let me show you both. First, as a helping verbs. He does not complete his work. Here does is not the main verb. It is just helping the sentence become negative. So no need to give it any meaning. Focus on the verb complete. That's the real action. Same with I do not speak English. Again, do is just a helper. It's helping the sentence become negative. I do business. Here do is not a helper. It is the main verb. It means I perform a business. I did my work. Here did means I completed my work. Here did is the main verb. It has full meaning. Now let's look at the different form of verb like V1, V2, V3, V1S and V1ing. First is V1. V1 means the base form of verb. For example, sing is the base form of verb. We use V1 in simple present tense. Now next form is V2. V2 is the past form of verb. The past of sing is sang. So I sang a song. We use V2 to show something that happened in the past. Next is V3. V3 is the past participle form. The past participle of sing is sung. I have sung a song. She had sung a song. This form always comes with has, have or had. V3 is used in perfect tenses like present perfect, past perfect and future perfect. Now the fourth form is V1S. If the subject is he, she or it, we add s to the verb in the simple present tense. So he sings a song, she sings a song, it sings a song. Now the fifth form of verb is V1ing. This form is used in continuous tenses. It shows that the action is still going on or was going on. Now let's start learning all 12 tenses using one sentence, that is I sing a song. So first tense is simple present tense. When I say I sing a song, what does it mean? It means I do it regularly, like it's my habit. Maybe I sing every day or I am a singer. It's part of my routine. So in simple present tense, we use the base form of verb, that is V1. Now see here, if the subject is he, she or it, we add s to the verb. So he sings a song. That little s is very important. Now second is present continuous tense. Now let's say I am standing in front of you right now and I am actually singing. Then I will say I am singing a song. This means the action is happening right now. Just remember, use am with I, is with he, she, it, and are with we, you and they. Now the third tense is present perfect tense. Now to understand present perfect tense, let's say the action just go over. Maybe I just finished the singing, but we are still talking about it now. So I'll say, I have sung a song. Now what's happening here? We are using have and third form of verb, which is sung. So the structure is have or has plus V3. Here use have with I, we, you and they, and use has with he, she, it. Now the fourth tense is present perfect continuous tense. Suppose I started singing 10 minutes ago and I am still singing. Then I'll say I have been singing a song. This shows the action started in the past and it is still continuing. Just remember, use have been with I, we, you and they. Use has been with he, she, it. And we always use the ing form because the action is ongoing. Now the fifth tense is simple past tense. Now let's go to the past. Action is done, finished or over. Suppose I sang yesterday, then I'll say I sang a song. Just remember, don't use have or was, just use V2 form, that is sang. Now the sixth tense is past continuous tense. What if the action was going on at some time in the past? Let's say at 5 p.m. yesterday, I was singing. Then I say I was singing a song. Why? Because the action was in progress at that past moment. Use was with I, he, she, it. Use were with we, you, they. So the sentence will be I was singing a song, they were singing a song. Now the seventh tense is past perfect tense. Now imagine two past actions, one happened before the other. Let's say before the show started, I had already finished singing. Then I say I had sung a song. Here we are using had plus V3 form, that is sung. This is used when we talk about something that happened before another past moment. Always use had with all subjects. Next tense is past perfect continuous tense. What if the action had been going on in the past for some time before the another past action? Let's say I had been singing for 30 minutes before you came. Then I say I had been singing a song. Structure is had been plus V1ing. Use this tense when the action started earlier and continued for some time in the past. Now the ninth tense is Simple future tense. Let's move to the future. Suppose I plan to sing tomorrow. I'll say, I will sing a song. Simple future tense is very easy. Just use will plus base form of verb, that is V1. Now the 10th tense is future continuous tense. What if I will be doing something at the future time? Suppose at 5 pm tomorrow, I will be in the middle of singing. Then I'll say, I will be singing a song. So the structure becomes will be plus V1 ing. So I will be singing a song. This sentence shows that the action singing will be in progress at a specific future time. We call this the future continuous tense. It is used when an action will be happening at a certain time in the future. And it is used when you want to show that something will be ongoing at that moment. Now the 11th tense is future perfect tense. Let's say I will finish singing before 6 pm tomorrow. Now you are not talking about an action that will be happening at the future time, but about an action that will be completed before a certain future time. For example, imagine that tomorrow by 6 pm your singing will be already done. Then you will say, I will have sung a song. Structure of the sentence will be will have plus V3 form, which is sung. This is called future perfect tense. It is used when you want to show that an action will be completed before a certain point in future. And it is used when you are focusing on the result or completion of the action. Now we'll take one timeline example. See, you are start singing at 5:30 pm, you finished at 5:50 pm, and by 6 pm the action is complete. So you say, I will have sung a song before 6 pm. This helps others understand that the action will be over before that time. Now the last tense is future perfect continuous tense. Let's say you want to talk about an action that started sometime in the past and will still be going on up to point in the future. For example, by 6 pm tomorrow, I will have been singing a song for 1 full hour. This means that you started singing at 5 pm, the action continues without stopping, and by 6 pm, it will have been 1 hour of continuous singing. So you will say, I will have been singing a song. The structure of this tense is will have been plus V1 ing. This is called future perfect continuous tense. This tense is used when an action started in the past or present, and it is used when we will have continued for a certain period of time by specific moment in the future. It shows both duration of the action and it shows that it will be almost or just completed at the future time. Now we'll take one timeline example to understand this tense. See here, I will start singing at 5 pm tomorrow, continue singing non-stop. By 6 pm, 1 hour will have passed. So you say, I will have been singing a song for 1 hour by 6 pm. This sentence shows the action singing will be happening for a duration of time and will almost reach its completion at a future point. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching and keep learning.